A wave of protests about the war in Gaza have been occurring at several universities such as Columbia, UT Austin, Emory, and Virginia Tech. Students have been arrested at many universities across the country. But here at ELN, it's been relatively quiet. Scott Katz, a Jewish student at ELN, says the university is a place with less hate.
ELN felt like camp. ELN felt like home. And we call it Camp ELN. It's perfect. It is. It's Camp ELN. It's our little bubble where we're just, for the most part, happy and positive, and we don't hate. We don't fall into these negatives of a lot of the world, and what's happening overseas is awful.
ELN encourages ongoing intellectual engagement through discussion and debate. I have more on what this means to students on campus and our campus's political activity. When it comes to political activity on campus, ELN sophomore Noel Vaught finds people at ELN are, quote, politically sleepwalking. Vaught stood at the Speaker's Corner, a place for student activism right outside of the Mosley Center, holding an upside-down American flag written with the words, "There is no flag large enough to cover up the shame of killing innocent people." Vaught said that her biggest reason for this protest was because of America's involvement in the war in the Middle East. Spreading her own opinions is something very important to Vaught, as she wanted to be the one to get the ball rolling when it comes to political activity on campus.
I feel like students here aren't politically active enough. I don't think that students here, partially due to it being such a small school, are brave enough, to express how they feel.
The First Amendment is something Vaught appreciates despite certain oppositions.
I would not say that I'm a very patriotic person. I feel like that's pretty obvious, But the one thing I do appreciate about this country is that we, at the very least, for now, have freedom of speech here.
Like Vaught, ELN sophomore Tess Trainer finds the war in the Middle East a topic in need of being discussed. ELN's annual Earth Week festival hosted a table that was in support of environmental justice in Palestine by the Students for Peace and Social Justice. Trainer, being a part of this table, wants to raise awareness about issues around the globe and finds ELN a place where they feel free to do so.
The ELN administration wants us to have a voice, even if that voice may be controversial or a bit sensitive.
ELN senior Nazine Shokri finds it important to be able to keep a broad mind when it comes to reasoning from an educational standpoint.
I think it's really important in an academic environment to keep an open mind and be open to having your opinions challenged. So I hope that our table brings awareness to the situation and also challenges other people to challenge their views.
Alongside Shokri, Professor of Sociology Thomas Arcaro wants to speak for the environment, where he finds boundaries do not exist when it comes to threatening ecological matters.
We all live on one planet, and there is no international boundary cutting off this country from that country when it comes to the environmental crises.
Protest, peace and justice, and the Palestinian environmental crisis can be roped onto ELN's campus one way or another. Political activity is something students are encouraged to take part in while being within the university guidelines.